Hello and welcome to my channel. This is not a repeat of a review that I had, specifically the Benchmade 43. Although this looks exactly like a Benchmade 43 Balisong, it is actually claimed and made by The One. Now The One is a brand in China that has been gaining some solid ground. I mean, instead of just being content of naming their knives copies like branding of a Benchmade 43 knife, The One actually has its own dignity and can stand already on its own. Although the design is still a copy, they're not shy of putting the maker's mark in their knives. Hence, this is the 143, similar to the Bowie style of the Benchmade 43. Additional things with this knife is it has that blue anodization. It also has a blue anodization inside those, what do you call those, channels, because this knife is a channel knife, and unlike the Benchmade 43 that I reviewed, which has a sandwich style construction, this is milled out directly from one single material. This thing, unlike a sandwich style construction, there's two scales, and then it's sandwich. The blade is sandwich between them. This one is called a channel style. It has been milled out from a single material, making the construction a little bit more solid because there's very small amount of moving parts. The 43 is one of the more sought after shapes of the Balisong blade. For some reason, that Bowie style just looks right in a Balisong. See? I mean, it's how a Balisong usually would look like. So, what's the difference between the BM43 copy that I reviewed already? I'll put a link here somewhere. And this is considerably nicer. The construction coming from the one is just a hair tad higher than your usual fare of Balisong copies, Benchmade copies coming from China. So that one, see that? Really proud of that. No Benchmade, no something, but it's just that. No, nothing here. The blade would be, as mentioned, there is 440C, but I doubt that. It's probably an 8CR13 MOV, similar to the Spyderco Tenacious. That's like the default. Like I said, it's a default stainless steel for most of the Chinese knives because it's such, they have it around. It's available to them. It's not something special that they need to get from outside the country. It's just there. If they want it, then they can just easily get it. Considerably straight. Latch springs out when there's pressure attached to it, when you put pressure on both handles. The open position and the closed position does that. So it's a functional functional blade. And it's properly nice. How heavy is it? .161 kg, 5.6 ounces. Wow, 5.6 ounces, 0.35 pounds, 160 grams. 5.6 ounces plus its generic sheath. It's a bit heavy, 5.6 ounces, but it's, along with its being heavy due to that milled steel one piece, it also gives it a very robust, solid feel. That's how it looks in its generic case. Nice. Let's just do a quick check on how long it is. Make sure not to forget that, because it's just something you can do very fast, so let's make sure we do that. It's 9.25, just 1/8 inch shy of 9.5 inches overall, and the blade area is 3.5 inches. That's the sharpened edge, but from pivot, that's around 4.25, 4.25 inches coming from the blade tip to the pivot point, and 3.5 inches from that sharpened edge to the blade tip. Has a decent grind. I mean, look at that grind. It's relatively straight. See that? It's not something that someone ground this and it's just did not know what it was doing. Just, it's straight, and the whole knife is just straight. Yeah, it is straight. And that's rare for something like this, and that's why the one is really proud to have that name in there. Not a copy, just something of an offshoot of what a BM43 should be. And it's just nice to have it as part of my collection. I mean, what can go wrong with having this? Nothing, just have it. It's good to have. And there you have it, folks. That's a quick review. I think I've covered it. The weight, the length, the blade, the build quality is there. The one is really coming up to be the one. You know, it's not something that it needs to be shy of not having that name in there. It's actually proud to have that name in there. And there you have it. Hope you liked the video, and I do appreciate your support. Do keep them coming. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.